What is going on, awesome people of the interwebs? It's your era boy, Christian buddy. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about training fasted, building muscle, and losing fat at the same time. Why drop the beat? Alright guys, so before I jump into today's video, I've been in the lab producing a lot of content for you guys with my heart and with my soul, trying to give you the most up-to-date, most accurate, most entertaining information. I would love if you could hit that subscribe button. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, so in today's video we are talking about training faster, building muscle, losing fat at the same time. What? At the same time? Yes, we know it. And I want to start with a bit of context. So I'm sure if you're on this video, you know the benefits of fasting. Let me just shoot out a few benefits. So we know that it improves cognitive function. We know that it improves bodily function. We know that it increases the lifespan, the expected lifespan. I'm not going to jump into all the science, but there is one spiritual element that I want to make clear. I want to bring forward one quote from Musashi, which is, "Do not actively chase pleasure. Live in the moment, be present, and if it comes, then it comes." And this quote is so powerful because it really illustrates, we live in a convenience-orientated world. I don't know what the relationship between convenience and laziness, convenience and depression, I don't know what that relationship is. There is some relationship there. Musashi's quote is so powerful because it really dives deep into self-discipline, gratefulness, and all these spiritual factors that one must take on the journey. Alright guys, so I want to switch gears now and I want to just focus on building muscle.
Yeah buddy, let's do this.
So I want to focus on four key areas, four key principles that you can hit in order to build muscle. Number one, which is having the proper nutrients. So hitting your macronutrient needs, your fat, your protein, your carbs throughout the day, or having a rough idea of where you stand. Number two is having proper technique when you train. Try not to ego lift or go too heavy or strain the body too much in a sense that we're compensating for bad technique. Number three, gradual progression. So gradually increasing the difficulty of our exercise. Hey there guys, on a side note, I do have an ebook for strength workouts which will teach you proper form, proper technique, none of this ego lifting to get you real results. So that's just a side note guys, and you can check that out in my description. Thanks. As we improve, as we evolve, as we get better. Number four, consistency of training. You're not going to see the results if you miss sessions. We need that consistency. Even if the effort is not high, the consistency is there. And we build that foundation, that strong foundation towards our results. So how does this relate to fasting? Now, I want to introduce to you the idea of MTOR. MTOR is fantastic if you want to build muscle. Positively regulates cell growth and proliferation by promoting many anabolic processes, including biosynthesis of protein. However, there is reason to believe mTOR is linked to tumor growth, and constantly being in a fed state has no real benefit for the human body. This is why I recommend to train fasted to reap all the benefits of fasting and eating at the right times, to maximize your protein synthesis and spike your mTOR strategically for the most anabolic payoff. There is a ceiling to how much protein your body can absorb in one sitting, and it becomes a point of diminishing returns if you are constantly eating to build muscle. Unless you're a strongman or pro bodybuilder, there is no real good reason to be eating so frequently. So that's the idea behind mTOR. And with fasting, we find a happy balance between being in a fasted state versus being in a fed state. So the reason I mention that is because to build muscle properly, we need to time our meals efficiently and in order to spike our MTOR in order to get the greatest anabolic effect at that time period. Moving on to the next topic, which is if I'm fasting, where am I getting my energy from? I want to introduce to you the concept of gluconeogenesis, which is the process of the liver producing endogenous glucose, whether from amino acids or fatty acids. The body is an amazing intuitive vessel, which has been honed over millions of years to where we are now through the process of evolution. A testament to how incredible the body is relates to a study which two groups of individuals participated in an exercise. The two groups performed sets of exercises, one was fasted and the other was not. Miraculously, the group who had been fasted restored muscle glycogen up to 75% without any food. So I'm going to say that again, without any food, the group maintained 75% level of muscle glycogen. That is testament to how efficient, how miraculous the human body is if we allow it to be. The other group restored 91%. Bear in mind they had a carbohydrate solution. So the next query around building muscle and losing fat is, won't I lose muscle if I'm fasting? And this is more of a cognitive apprehension to training fasted. And if we're fasting anywhere between 13 to 18 hours and we're hitting our calorie needs, our macronutrient needs, there should be no need for concern of losing muscle because, and I mean, this is still a complicated question, but for the most part, the body prefers fat over muscle for the most part. So it's going to be using fat as a source of fuel as opposed to the muscle. And a study which really demonstrates this is one that included a bunch of overweight cops.
Well, I know what I'm getting. Some donuts.
And they did various sets of exercises over 12 weeks and they managed to increase their lean muscle mass and decrease their fat counts. So moving on, I want to highlight my experience fasting and my experience training fasted. So I'm a bit of an enigma. I like to play competitive tennis. I like to do martial arts. I like to do workouts to increase strength. So I kind of don't fit into any generic category, to be honest. But my experience training fasted, and this all relates back to tennis, I generally, for the most part, train fasted. So there is a theory that training fasted actually creates efficiency within the body. So we know that some long distance runners and cyclists do train fasted in the morning. So the body learns how to create energy more efficiently in those times when we don't have the resources available. Don't get me wrong, glycogen is still king, and there are a multitude of studies to support this, that training fasted doesn't necessarily improve performance. So there's still a bit of research to be done in that area. But yeah, man, from personal experience, I generally train fasted and I don't have any issues with it. I can train generally in the morning an hour, train and fasted under a good high quality intensity, and then anywhere after an hour, there's a point of diminishing returns. So yeah, guys, that's been my experience, and I'm gonna put up a picture of what I look like after a 3-day fast. Bear in mind, I was still working out. Although the intensity was quite low, it still proves a point that you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time. And the big take-home message after everything I've said is this: the mind is the driver. The mind is the greatest asset that you can develop. The mind is the driver, the body will follow the mind. Whatever goal you have in your radar, you need your mind, you need the strength of mind to direct you there. So hopefully this message has been enlightening for you guys, giving you a bit of feedback around building muscle and losing fat at the same time. If you have any concerns, please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. With that said, enjoy your day, become your best self. Let's go.